Welcome to the breathtaking beauty of the Austrian Alps. Down in the valley, the legendary Jackie Ickx is out to upset that tranquility. The former Formula One and Le Mans star is here in the valley of Kitzbühel to check out the new Golf 4MOTION. Just engage off-road and sports modes, and we're off.
Bring the action.
Jackie is immediately in his element, getting everything out of VW's new four-wheel drive baby. It features the latest evolutionary step in the 4MOTION system with a fifth-generation Haldex clutch and only minimal wheel slippage. The rear multi-link suspension optimizes steering around bends, further improving the vehicle's stability. After a few kilometers battling ice, snow, and slush, the Belgian race ace gives us his first impression of the Golf 4MOTION.
Of course, the Golf is a legendary car. And as you're mentioning, this is the new four-wheel drive 4MOTION car. It has an intelligent way of doing its job. There is a new Haldex 5th generation into it. It brings you a lot of safety. And even for me, I really had a lot of fun and a lot of pleasure to be on this small section of road, because it shows what a four-wheel drive transmission can do, equipped with the appropriate tires, of course. And yes, it's supposed to be slippery, but with this system, it works. And you can go any place in the mountain, or on gravel, or on mud. I really believe it will climb up everywhere.
The new Golf comes with 110 kilowatts of power and a 2-liter displacement, but active cylinder management keeps our test car's consumption down to 4.7 liters of diesel for 100 kilometers, although driving like Jackie pushes that figure up to 7 liters. Speaking of Jackie,
Bring the action.
our world-beating test driver now wants to see how the Golf handles bends. Meanwhile, let's examine the exterior. This is how it looked before Jackie set out on his test run. The rear boasts reminders of our test car's credentials in the shape of the Golf and 4MOTION badges. Built into the rear bumper are a big black plastic lip piece and fog lamps. The third brake lamp is located on the rear spoiler. The trunk can pack in 343 liters of cargo. Folding down the rear seat bench increases that figure to over 1,200 liters.
Bring the action.
Back on his test run, and Jackie Ickx is still reveling in the tough conditions. Though he won't need it, a fatigue detector is standard fitted in the Comfort Line and Highline editions. It sounds an alarm if the driver appears to be losing concentration. The interior looks a bit dark, however, despite the sound materials and workmanship. The mood here is determined by the color, which in this case is 99% black. There's ample legroom for rear seat passengers. After a few laps tackling the ice and snow, Jackie has come up with his own safety tips for driving on slippery terrain.
Well, when it is in these conditions, snow, half wet, half snow, or icy, there is only one rule: to drive slowly and to be extremely cautious. Going up, it's easy. Going down, it's a little bit more difficult. But it requires definitely a lot of sensibility. Clearly, you cannot attack on normal road normally. You have to be smooth, extremely gentle, and then you have just no problem.